We've told you about TV19 and how they depend on volunteers to help with their productions, but we have never talked with one of those volunteers until now. We got a chance to talk with TV19 volunteer Adam Plorin.
I went to school at Century College for Visual Communications Technologies with an emphasis in digital video production. So part of that program was to utilize the community media, to utilize that resource. And so we came here as a class and, toured the studio and took the camcorder class, took the truck class, got involved, and, I put my name on the list of call me if you need help. And so my first call came for the election shoot. I mean, it was October when I got started, probably September, October when we started school that year. So it was November. I was, from that shoot on, I've been active, I guess, with SCC. I just totally believe there's nothing trained. I mean, you can know all you can know, but until you have your hands on the gear and you're out doing it, you really nothing is better than hands-on experience. Let's see, so I got called the morning of the election. They wanted me to run cable. So my first job was production assistant, which means doing all of the lowliest duties that you can do. I learned how to lay cable in a straight line, how to operate gaffer's tape really well in that first part. But it was like that day I was gonna meet Arlen in the truck, because it was a multi-location shoot for the first time, I think, that they'd done that. So they were going to go from the truck live at the library in Maplewood and go back and forth between both studios here and out at the polling place itself. So I ran cable from, they wanted me there at 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I ran cable for 2 or 3 hours, just taping stuff down through we had to run through, public areas where people are checking out books and whatnot. So a lot of tape, a lot of straightening and stuff. But no sooner than I had agreed to that, they called me, I want to say the next day, and asked me to run a studio camera in one of the studios during the actual election. And I said yes, scared to death because we had yet to have actually run any studio cameras. But I have a background with cameras, and I know framing, and I know composition, I know optics, but I had never run. Video is what I was new to. So I said yes, and it was just hoping that I could hold it together, and went all right.
Vote 2008, live local election coverage.
So I got involved with Sports Path. I guess that was 4 years ago, probably now, that season. And I've been running camera for Sports Path ever since, and now am basically in charge of and do all of the studio lighting for Sports Path. I do still, do the sports stuff, the actual games themselves. I've run audio. I've taken over for Nick and done the producing and directing of Sports Path, and been basically in charge of content production for the bi-weekly show when he's been out of town. I've done a lot of stuff. I've run audio for the truck, during live sports shoots and events. So yeah, I've done a little of everything.
I want to encourage you to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/TV19sports, and
you really see the effort, or the fruits of your efforts, I guess is the best way to put it. You see the fruits of your labor with Sports Path, because I'm proud to say, to people, this is the show. I know a bunch of people that, I don't live in the area, so I don't get SCC, and so basically none of the people I know get SCC. But now that we put it on YouTube, and I don't know if we're still, but we used to put it on Vimeo. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It looks good, and I can say, that's my lighting, you know what I mean? That's my camera, and it's, so Sports Path has been a really rewarding experience, and I just feel like we're getting better, which makes you want to try harder. Don't think about it too long, just pick up the phone and call and come down. If you don't like it, they're not gonna make you stay. You know, like why would you want people around that don't want to be around? So just like why think about it? There's these people. The people here are awesome. They're here to help you. So let them help you, and even if that help is figuring out whether or not you're interested at all, you know, then so be it. They'll be more than happy to help, and at the very least, you're gonna meet some good people, and you know, you're gonna have a good time. I can't think of a time I ever came out of this place without having, you know, had a good chuckle while working and learning some stuff. You know, awesome resource.